Hi, I'm Steven Ghouti. I'm a re-recording mixer for film and television. I've been working for 30 years in this industry, and like 26 years ago I opened Yellow Cab Studios. We have a facility in Paris and one here in Aubervilliers. We started with a very small studio in the Paris facility, and that's when we discovered Nuendo. That was Nuendo 2, a long time ago. Since then, we've opened this facility in Aubervilliers. The primary purpose was to build a Foley studio, because that's what we needed to service our clients. Since then, we've also built a smaller studio, Studio E, which is for serial TV, maybe film pre-mixing, stuff like that. And then in 2020, we opened Studio C, which is the one we're in now. This is a Dolby Atmos theatrical studio. Its aim is primarily mixing Dolby Atmos for feature films, but like any other big studio, you can mix mono, stereo, 5.1, 7.1, any intermediate format. And we can also do Dolby Home in here, even though it's a big studio. What we wanted was to give filmmakers the best experience possible when they're doing what's really the last step of a film, which is sound. As we have this big building, we could build something with a really high ceiling. The ceiling is 6.5 meters here. So when you have 14 speakers up there doing Dolby Atmos, you can really feel the air move around you. We can do any sort of project here. We can do a very simple, intimate documentary, and it goes up to a blockbuster with multiple Nuendo rigs feeding a Dolby RMU to get all the sound effects and the whole immersion into the sound. Our philosophy is that we try to understand the difficulty a filmmaker has on his project. And we know that we come right at the end. So most of the time you're comforting them, reassuring them, and trying to bring them, that last big element that makes their film special. Sound is really an important part of the movie. Even if it's a very simple movie, it doesn't mean that the sound is simple. So we help them and we try to guide them. We try to offer artistic choices that he or she can make to make their film really tell the story like they want to tell it. So one of the aspects that we really like with Nuendo is that we can use it at every step of the post-production process for audio. Conforming location sound, dialogue editing, ADR when we need to, and often our clients are really happy with ADR sessions, and really Nuendo's ADR system is best in class. I would not trade it for anything. So sound editing and sound design, lots of great tools there to work on sound and transform sound. If you're doing Dolby Atmos in a home Dolby Atmos environment, then it's all integrated. You have everything you need in there. And if you're in a big room like this, where you're doing theatrical, feeding 40 speakers for Dolby Atmos for cinema, then it connects really easily to the Dolby RMU, and then you just get on with your job. One of the new features in Nuendo 14 that I'm really excited about is the evolution of the event volume curve. Nuendo was really groundbreaking years ago when you could manipulate volume for an event either through, obviously, the mixer, or through the clip gain, or through the volume curve. And now clip gain and volume curve mix together, and you can actually use it to add gain to a clip by little portions. And I think that's really something that was very important for us in sound editing and in mixing. Here at Yellow Cab, we sometimes like to act as sort of the big brother studio to smaller studios or other facilities that maybe don't have a big Dolby Atmos theatrical studio like we have. And it's always a joy to have people come from the US or from other countries and say, we need to do a final mix in Nuendo. It's always great to meet new people like this, and it's important because it allows us to see lots of different projects, keep our minds fresh and keep our eyes and ears open.